Now this is the longitudinal section of a flower. In your NCERTs even, right? If you will see this diagram, is there in your NCERT as the diagrammatic view of the LS of a flower. LS is longitudinal section, diagram 2.1. I'll give you a quick introduction of the diagram. We already know this diagram, what it is all about from class 11th, if I'm not wrong, right? This is ovary, right? This is style, and this is stigma. All the three parts constitute female reproductive parts or the free unit, which is known as pistil or carpel, right? These, what are they? Filament. What is this? Anther. And both of them together holds what? What do they signify? Male reproductive part. What is the male reproductive part? Just now I told you. That is stamen. Am I right? And stamen holds for androecium and pistil holds for gynoecium. What are these? Petals. What are these? Sepals. Right? What is this stalk? What is it? It is a very short stalk, right? It is known as pedicel. It's not given in your NCERT. You have to mark it in the diagram given, the pedicel. Okay, a small stalk which holds all the whorls of the flower. Clear? Now let us talk about the four whorls of the flower from outside to inside. If I go from out to in, what are the four whorls? Sepals is the first one. Out. First is sepals. Second, petals. Third, androecium. Fourth, gynoecium. That means if the question is asked, which is the innermost whorl of a flower, what is your answer? Your answer is gynoecium. Right? What is present outside gynoecium? Your answer is androecium. After androecium, outside androecium, what is present? Corolla. And after that, last is calyx. So they can ask you any order, in to out or out to. Again, one is NTSC question, NEET question, NCERT question, and now as we know that board has started with the performer, we know the paper pattern, right? Performer of asking 1 mark question. This question can be asked, right? So you have to be ready with all these things. Clear? So you have to mark this and write in your textbook even. Position of whorls in a flower from outermost whorl to the innermost whorl. This question you have to write in your NCERT extra question, and then you have to write the position. Can be asked vice versa in the exam, in NEET exam. Clear? Exam means board exam, competitive exam means NEET exam. So this question you should write in your NCERT. After that, in your NCERT, you are going to write the answer of one of the question which is given on page number 20. The question is, can you name the two parts in a flower in which the two most important units of sexual reproduction develop? Yes, the answer is androecium and gynoecium. Write it. And before that also there are you have to write the names of five more flowers that are used in social and cultural celebrations in your family. So this question you can write. After that, 2.2, that is fertilization, structure and events. Now let us start with pre-fertilization structure and the events. The first pre-fertilization and the structure of the event is about stamen, then Microsporogenesis, right? This is guys 2.2 topic of our chapter, the pre-fertilization events and the structure. In this, the first we have stamen, microsporogenesis, and what else? Pollen grains. That means first we are going to study about male reproductive plant part. Clear? Now let me start. We all know this is stamen, right? This stamen has two parts. First is anther, second is filament. But there is there are evidence of the presence of one more part in the anther, and that part is this part which connects anther and filament, and it is known as connective. Okay, understood? I am writing in a very smaller font size because of the availability of very less or limited resources, so kindly bear with that. Okay, so anther, filament, connective. First we are going to study about the first part in this is structure of anther. So in structure of anther we are going to write that anther is made up of three parts. First is structure of stamen. Stamen is made up of three parts. First is anther, right? Second is connective, and the third one is filament. Clear with that? Anther, connective, and filament. Now, number and the length of the stamen is variable. That means it's not so that in each and every flower we will find one anther, two anther, three anthers. No, it differs. Am I right? We know apo and syn. Apo means they are free, syn means they are fused, right? So the number and the length of the stamen is variable in flowers. If you collect 5 flowers, you will find them differently. Clear? Now let us talk about the second part is structure of anther. Now anther, when we see like this, we see it as a longitudinal structure like this, right? There are two lobes. So anther is known as a bilobed structure. How many lobes? 2. In these two lobes, there is a development of theca, that is membrane. A very thin theca, that is a membrane, develops in this bilobed structure, right? Hence, it is also known as dithecus. Clear with that? Anther is a bilobed structure. There are two lobes. Both the lobes are separated from each other with the help of the formation of a theca inside a very thin membranous structure. Therefore, it is also known as dithecus. Now, if we will count how many chambers are present, 4, right? These 4 chambers inside the anther are known as Microsporogenesis. And when the anther develops, we call them as pollen sacs. Do you understand what I said just now? In first pre-fertilization event, we are going to study structure of the stamen because we are talking about male reproductive part. This stamen is made up of 3 parts: anther, connective, and filament. Done. Number and the length of the stamens varies in flowers. It's not same, not constant. In one flower you can find one stamen with a very short length, right? In some of the other flowers you will find n number of stamens, and the length of the filament varies. Next is structure of the anther. When the anther is considered, okay, in structure of the anther, what did we study? In the structure of the anther, we studied that this anther is divided into 2 lobes, right? Therefore, it is called as bilobed. Second, we had studied that Inside these lobes there is a development of a very thin theca, so it is also known as diathecas. Now the chambers which are formed here due to the division, they are known as Microsporogenesis. And as the anther matures and develops further, we call them as pollen sacs. Clear? Now, this anther is surrounded by or is protected by 4 wall layers. And here I want you to go through the diagram in your NCERT books. The diagrams in your NCERT book is 2.2, a typical stamen you can see. Anther is given, filament or the stalk is given. A line of dehiscence, pollen grains, pollen sacs, right? These are the labelings. Line of dehiscence, I'll let you know in dehiscence when I teach you. 2.3, in 2.3 you can see a mature dehiscenced anther, right? Young anther. When you see young anther, you can see connective over there, which we have not given in the previous diagram, but I have explained to you that each anther, each stamen has 3 parts: anther, connective and filament. Now what is the role of this connective? This connective helps in the development of vascular bundles, okay? And vascular bundles are responsible for providing or transportation of food and water. This we know, nutrients and water, right? Now you can see the 4 wall layers in 2.3a. What are these 4 wall layers? The name of the 4 wall layer is, first is epidermis, second is endothelium, third is middle layers, and fourth is tapetum. Again, epidermis, endothelium, middle layers and tapetum. Clear? I want to tell you one thing here, that in this anther, the first layer, which is epidermis, right? This epidermis is formed much before, okay? Is formed much before the other 3 layers. That is, it is the first layer to be formed, okay? It forms much earlier in the life cycle of the stamen, other than endothelium, middle layers and tip.